It's a beautiful rainy evening. Yes, it is. Hi, guys. It's Cade. Welcome back to Chunks and Chats. Today, I have a bit of a hot take for you guys. So, we're going to talk about that while I work on my interior. I want to do kitchen, I don't know, living space, something. Not entirely sure, but we're just gonna roll with it and see what happens. Where's my bed? It's downstairs. I'm used to going upstairs because that's where I usually put the bedroom, but I haven't done that yet, so can't do that yet. I'll just go ahead and put it up there, so my habits are pleased. Right here is gonna be a really cool spot for the bed, I think. Okay, hot take. Here we go. This is going to be directed at the men, but ladies, y'all can watch too. As a matter of fact, if you have men in your life who you care about, I would definitely recommend talking with them about this and allowing them to develop a perspective on it if they have not yet. And that is the way that we present ourselves, mainly in our bodies. Modesty, you could say. There's a lot of talk going around about how women are supposed to cover up and present themselves modestly, not to distract men, but it goes both ways is what we forget to mention. It's not just on the ladies to do that. Like, that wouldn't be fair if they were the only ones responsible. I think the men need to do the exact same. You know, our bodies are, men and women, our bodies are sacred. They're meant to be set aside, not to just be given away to anybody, right? So let's talk about some of the inconsistencies. Let's call out some of the inconsistencies. And I'm going to respectfully do so because I certainly don't intend to trigger anybody. I want to say this all respectfully because I know it's a sensitive topic. And I'm also going to try to choose my words carefully because I want to keep it family friendly. Anyway, in most at least in most Western cultures, most cultures period, but especially Western cultures like the US, women are not supposed to be seen topless. And I don't necessarily think that's fair because, I mean, men, yes, we are built different, but I don't think we should be seen topless either. You know, it's a lot of body to show off to complete and total strangers who you should not be intimate with, you know? And this, again, this is my personal opinion, but I feel like showing off a whole lot of your body in public is just overly, it's basically like trying to be overly intimate with strangers who just happen to look at you. And I know that there are some women who do it on accident. I know that there are some women who do it on purpose. And I don't think we men tend to really think about it enough because we're just so brainwashed into thinking that it's normal for us to just not have a shirt on whenever we feel like it. But we should, and there is science to back that up. Because the parts up top are formed while you are still in your mother's womb, right? That's formed on your body before your chromosomes are assigned. So maybe functionally it's not the same thing, but at the root of it, at the beginning, it is the exact same thing. and we should cover ourselves out of respect for our women who are supposed to cover their tops. I think we should do that too, honestly. And it's not just up top, it's down low too. I'm sorry, this is really awkward, but it's very necessary to say because it's not touched enough. I know some of you guys like to cosplay. Now, my Spider-Man cosplayers, maybe you should consider putting on a layer underneath your suit. And I'm grateful that most of you do, but some of you don't realize that you should be doing that. And I think we should. I really think we should. I cosplayed Spider-Man once, and I made all the precautions needed to make sure that no part of me could be seen. But at the same time, I still felt self-conscious about it. And maybe this is just a me thing, but showing the exact shape of your body is certainly a choice. And this is a thing that women do more than men. Men's clothes tend to be looser naturally. And I'm not going to say whether it's right or wrong because I personally don't know. But things that leave no shape to the imagination, you are covered completely, but it's just I don't know. I'm not entirely certain how to feel about that. And hopefully nobody takes offense to that, because I'm not trying to say that you're sinning for wearing a certain thing, especially because we're all raised differently and we all have different convictions, and the Bible tells us to dress modestly, but it doesn't exactly specify. So it's hard to say for sure what modesty really even is. But I do think it should at least be equal. So, men, I want to ask you, as your brother, like, please put a shirt on, especially around the ladies. Let's show them a little bit respect, all right? And ladies, you might not be intending to do anything wrong by wearing those leggings, but it doesn't put you in a safe place, because there are men who will look at you in ways that they should not be. And it also just, even to well-meaning men, you can put them under pressure. So it's definitely something both genders can think about. I think we all need to be more modest. I wish my parents taught me modesty when I was younger. It's just not something they were very strict on ever. I am the only guy in my family who chooses to wear a shirt at all times. And I don't understand either. Like there isn't there isn't any logic to it, because you wouldn't sit down to eat in a restaurant with no shirt. Why do you take your shirt off when all of a sudden water is involved? You're allowed to be more naked just because you're by the pool or at the beach? Who said that? So I don't really understand it, if I'm being completely honest with you. And I think we need to push to set some better standards for ourselves, respect our bodies a little bit better, you know? Especially men, because we're just, it's not even taught very much to us. It's always pushed on women, but they're not the only ones who need to practice modesty. It's everybody's job. It's everybody's job to respect each other, to look out for each other. So I think we should all be working on that. And again, I'm not going to tell you exactly what to wear or what not to wear, but maybe next time you're looking through your wardrobe, maybe next time you try on an outfit, Guys, think about, is this okay for a woman to see me wearing? Ladies, maybe think vice versa, respectfully. It's a sensitive topic, I know. And I understand if you've clicked, if most people have clicked away by now, because that's one of those things that people tend to get really heated about. But it's important to me. Modesty is one of my biggest values, and again, I really do wish that it was taught to me way sooner. But I mean, I'm glad I eventually learned it. It just kind of sucks that I had to learn it so late, because now my parents have pictures of me as a kid without a shirt on, or God forbid, in my underwear. And I've had to ask them to take those pictures off of their social media accounts. So I really hope that, especially those of you who have kids, I hope that you don't, for their sake, that you don't really share any of that online about them. Sharing your kids online, period, is a whole nother conversation. Maybe we can talk about that some other time, but especially not fully clothed. I would definitely not go there. And if you teach them modesty early on, I'd like to think, and I can't say for sure because I've never had kids, but I'd like to think if you teach them those values, they will adopt them sooner and carry them into adulthood much easier, instead of having to learn them later on. Oh, I should have been wearing a shirt when I went to the pool. Whoops, you know? It's kind of embarrassing. And funny story about myself, actually. I used to have a lot of naked in the pool dreams. You know, a lot of people, like, one of the most embarrassing dreams you can have is being naked in an environment where you wouldn't normally be. And for me, it was always the pool. And I think it was just part of my subconscious, because I mean, before I developed my own modesty standards that were separate from my parents, I mean, I was swimming half naked. I only had shorts on. And so I would dream that I would lose my shorts and I would be completely naked in the pool, nude, whatever. I don't know what I'm allowed to say on YouTube. I don't know. We'll see what happens, I guess. But when I was about, I don't know, I want to say I was like 16 when it finally hit me, and I started swimming fully clothed, those dreams went away. My subconscious felt more at ease. I felt more comfortable. I didn't feel like I was exposed. Ooh, those pillars are not even. That's... I'm gonna have to figure out how to fix that. So, not only does it help others, but I think it could probably help your own self-esteem. I, for one, definitely feel a lot more confident wearing more clothes than less. But maybe that's just me. I don't know. That's more of a preference thing. I need more stone bricks. You never have enough. This is how Minecraft works. You always think you have enough of something, and then you get a bunch of it, and then you turn around and you're already out. Honestly, I might just finish this house off camera, because I know you guys are probably getting tired of seeing a bunch of nothing. Also, me and a couple of friends are intending to film a video pretty soon. We're going to be answering some rapid fire questions together as we play on a different server that we are all spending time on. It can be anything. It can be questions about Minecraft, about our faith, our spiritual life. It can be just fun facts about ourselves, anything. And I want to give you guys a chance to ask some of those questions. So if you haven't seen my community post, you can also comment on this video, and I'll pick a few of your questions to feature in that upcoming video. And hopefully you guys should be able to see it sometime next week if all goes well. So I'm looking forward to it. Just some random little rapid fire questions. It doesn't have to be deep. It can just be funny, lighthearted, however you want to do it. So hopefully that'll work, and should be fun. Should be a lot of fun. I'm praying that I get questions, because as a small YouTuber, you may or may not get any comments on a video. So I'm kind of gambling, but I'm excited to see where it goes. Anyway, that is all from me for now. If you have your own opinions, or if you want to respectfully disagree with me, I will gladly hear you out in the comments section. So let me know what you thought about today's talk. And yeah, I'll see you guys later. Have a good one. Bye for now.